There are three kinds of people. The ones above, the ones below, and the ones who fall.
The Platform is a gripping Spanish film that explores the darkest sides of human nature within a terrifying vertical prison. Stay with us. It's going to get intense. The tale unfolds in a bustling kitchen, filled with the delicious smell of a special meal being cooked. Every day, the cooks make the prisoners' favorite food, putting their heart into it to turn a simple meal into something really tasty. Goring wakes up in a concrete cell on level 48, where he meets his cellmate, Trimagasi. He quickly explains the harsh reality of their situation. They are in a place called the Pit, where once a day, food comes down on a platform from above. This platform delivers food from the upper levels, where inmates feast, leaving scraps for those below. The platform only stops for 2 minutes at each level, giving the prisoners a brief window to eat. Goring peers through a hole and sees endless rows of identical cells, realizing hints that he has been as low as level 132, where no food ever reaches. Each person remains on a designated level for 1 full month, and at the end of each month, the pit releases a gas that causes everyone to fall asleep. When they wake up, they find themselves on a new level. Some move up, while others move down. Goring as the platform descends, the cell temperature starts to rise. Trimagasi warns him that they could die from the heat if he doesn't return it. This is one of the strict rules of the pit. No one can keep food. Reluctantly, Goring throws it back, and the temperature returns to normal. As they talk, Goring reveals that he voluntarily entered the pit to quit smoking and read his favorite book. At the end of his 6-month imprisonment, he will also receive a diploma. In contrast, Trimagasi opens up about his own dark past, which includes the accidental death of a man. He describes how, out of anger, he threw his TV out of window, and it tragically fell onto an illegal immigrant, resulting in his death. When the platform descends again, Miharu is attacked by the prisoners on level 49. Goring screams for them to stop, but Trimagasi warns him not to interfere since they will only keep her for a few days. In a shocking twist, Miharu kills the 2 men in self-defense and returns to the platform. As time passes, Goring and Trimagasi become friends. But everything changes when Goring wakes up to find himself bound and gagged in his bed. Trimagasi appears and 8 agonizing days without food. Trimagasi tells Goring that the time has come to start cutting strips of flesh from him, tending to the wounds each time so that Goring doesn't bleed to death. He could have fresh meat for the whole month. Goring tells Trimagasi that although the death of the immigrant may have been accidental, his own death won't be, and Trimagasi will be responsible for it. Trimagasi retorts that the ones above will be the ones responsible. While a month passes and Goring is awakened by a dachshund puppy, discovering he is now on level 33 with a new cellmate, Imujiri, who brings her dog, Ramesses too. Imujiri has worked for the organization that runs the pit for the past 25 years and turns out to be the woman who interviewed Goring for admission. She voluntarily came to the pit to see how it is down below. When Goring asks how many levels there are, she replies there are 200 levels. Goring tells her people die every day in the pit and food is not enough for 200 levels, to which Imujiri responds that it is actually called a vertical self-management center. If everyone eats only what they need, the food will reach the lowest level. The platform arrives, and Imujiri prepares 2 plates and feeds her dog, planning to alternate days with her dog. Goring warns of a child in the pit, but she insists that none under 16 are allowed in the pit. When the platform descends, Imujiri tells the people below that she has prepared plates for them. She urges them to only eat what's on the plate and then prepare similar plates for those below, encouraging a system of sharing. For 15 consecutive days, she pleads with the people on lower levels to share, but her efforts are met with resistance and anger each time. Desperate for change, Goring wakes to find Miharu and Imujiri fighting. He discovers that Miharu has killed Ramesses, a devastating turn of events that adds to the chaos in their cell. The next day, Miharu rides the platform down once again, and Goring watches as she stabs the men in the cell below them while Imujiri recalls her interview with Miharu 10 months ago, noting that Miharu, an orphan actress, visited the pit alone and has no children. As days unfold, The platform delivers an untouched plate of escargot a la bourguignon. Goring is pleased by this, but notices that Imujiri isn't eating and asks her why. She replies that today is supposed to be Rames's Tuesday to eat. Goring urges her to have something since it's the last day of the month, and they can't predict where they'll end up tomorrow. As day passed, Goring wakes up in cell 202, which contradicts Imujiri's earlier claim that there were only 200 cells. Horrified, he discovers that many more cells exist below them. Sticks with a new cellmate, Bahara, a determined man who believes he can escape the pit. Goring persuades Bahara to ride the platform with him to encourage prisoners to ration food and promises to make weapons for defense against hostile prisoners. With an estimated 250 levels, Bahara questions what to do if they run out of food before reaching the bottom, to which Goring replies they can ride back up. Despite initial reluctance, Bahara soon agrees. The next day, the two men begin their descent and attempts to forcefully take a piece of food off the platform. The angry Bahara bludgeons him to death. From that point forward, the two adamantly defend the food from prisoners on the first 50 levels. On one of the levels, they meet Senior Brambang, a wise man in a wheelchair who believes in peace over violence. He argues that their effort to break the system will be pointless if the administration doesn't acknowledge their actions. He proposes sending a beautifully prepared plate of panna cotta back up to level 0 as a message to the administration. The two passionately protect the panna cotta, ensuring it remains untouched, and they start rationing food once they reach level 51. Prisoners are met with forceful resistance. As the platform continues its descent, the men realize there are more than just 250 levels. They hear Miharu's screams and discover she is being attacked by two other inmates. Bahara and Goring jump off the platform and violently confront the men. Tragically, Miharu is fatally stabbed. Goring briefly mourns over her corpse, but he is dragged away by Bahara as the platform leaves. They toss the panna cotta back, but he refuses. They realize this time the room's temperature remains unchanged. The girl emerges, resembling Miharu, revealing that the son she sought was actually her daughter. Reluctantly, they feed her the panna cotta. Goring has yet another dream about Trimagasi, who commends him for his bravery in squandering the food all the way from level 6. In this dream, Goring hallucinates that Imujiri tells him Rames's 2 is the message. He is then abruptly shaken awake by Bahara, who informs him the girl is the message. Looking toward the platform, Goring sees the girl sleeping peacefully on it, confirming that she is indeed the message. Suddenly, he jolts awake again, realizing that this exchange was also just a dream. He discovers that the real Bahara has died from his injuries. Finding Miharu's daughter asleep in one of the beds, he wakes her up and brings her to the platform when it arrives. Once the platform finally descends to the lowest level, Goring is approached by the apparition of Trimagasi, who encourages him to get off the platform and leave with him. Initially, Goring declines, stating he must ride the platform back up to level 0. However, Trimagasi insists this is unnecessary since Goring is not the message. Goring responds that he is the bearer, to which Trimagasi replies, "The message requires no bearer." Realizing Trimagasi is correct, Goring gets off the platform, and the two walk off together as they watch the sleeping girl ascend. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more thrilling content on Magical Moments.